the things that I believe in jiu-jitsu is creating necessity, because if you don't create necessity, people don't pay attention.
Sure.
The thing that you're always ready to hear is the answer to the biggest problem that you have. It's like the thing you're always ready to hear. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
This is one of the biggest things in jiu-jitsu. I've been taught things that I needed, and I didn't care. I didn't care at all, because it wasn't my problem at
You
that
weren't ready
time.
for them. Yeah.
Right. And it's like they always say, like, when they're ready to hear it, they'll hear it. And it's just like, all right, cool. Well, let's make them ready to hear it right now. You just got stuck in the mount. Let's talk about mount escapes, dog. Like, you know what I mean? So, and so it's just how many times, all I'm really trying to do in that room every day is recreate that fire that you have when you come back from competition and something went right or something went wrong. I'm trying to recreate that thing as many times as I can in the shortest amount of time possible, because that's when you see insane monumental growth in people that actually care enough to put the time and energy into it to get good at it.
I gotcha. Yeah, it's like the idea, the information. What is it? The information is more useful when it's in the nick of time instead of ahead of a time. And I always think about like getting guys into positions. Like sometimes, like when we'll start a new block of training with a different position, I'll sort of set them in and just let them basically get into the position, and I'll put them into like some situations sometimes that I want to work from, but I won't give them a whole lot of instruction in the beginning, so I can see what they do, so they can fumble around a little bit. And then it's like, hey, I've got stuff to show you now. You just got done getting rolled out of this position or whatever. Now let's going into it. And you're going to have those questions, because it's like plowing the field and then planting the seed.
Yeah.
We break up the soil a little bit, break up that, like you said, like you need this, like by letting them kind of mess it up a little bit, then you can come back to them and say, hey, I have what you need, and you'll be willing to listen to me, opposed to, I haven't had that sting of getting kicked out of mount or getting escaped from or getting submitted. So not my problem right now. Like, I think it's a good point.
So you nailed it, right? And it's like first day of jiu-jitsu. Like people talk about the first day of jiu-jitsu. What do you teach them first day of jiu-jitsu? People will say, well, I teach them how to get out of side control. Nobody cares. They don't care, bro. You're teaching them how to get out of side control on their first day. That's not the magic of jiu-jitsu. No one cares. Teach them a rear naked choke.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Seriously, like teach them.
Give them a submission. Give them something where they're like, I can make some guy do this tap, because at the end of the day, what do we want? That's what we all want.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Yeah, exactly. So it's just like, but here's the deal though.
Yeah.
Day 3, teach them that side control escape. Because they've been getting stuck in side control, brother. They're ready to hear it. You know, they don't even care about the rear naked choke anymore. Like, look, man, that's cool, but I think you guys live in a fantasy world, because I just been getting stuck under this guy for 3 days.
That's right.
You know,
it's kind of like it's a little bit of a mental game, isn't it? It's like you're teaching them what they know they're gonna need, but they don't know they need it yet. But you want to excite them a little bit and show them, well, here's a rear naked choke you saw in the UFC or whatever, just to get, oh wow, I'm doing the stuff that they're doing in the UFC, for example. But then like you kind of start to show them, once they get into the roll and they realize that you're going to be stuck in mount, you're going to be stuck in bottom side control, you're going to be, somebody's going to have your back. Then you're like, well, all right, how do I get out?
Yeah. So that's another thing too, is like, you can, over time, you can develop a culture where they understand that that's a thing for them too. You know what I mean? Like, we know that. That's a thing for us, so surely they could know that's a thing for them. That's when you really start to drive home the idea that, like, what wins and loses matches at the highest level is not that armbar you're really good at. It's the grip fighting you did to gain the underhook, to get the knee pick, to get the guard. But you know what I mean? Like, it was like, like I express that to them all the time, bro. I'll just be like, look, like, yeah, man, like, if you could put Andre Galvao in that inside heel hook, you could break his leg. But here's the thing, brother. You'll never smell his leg.
Right.
Because you don't have a good enough this or that. And then once they realize that, they're like, oh, like about the time that they're running through the expert division at the local Nagas, they're like, oh, it's not a question of can I break the leg if I can get it. It's a question of can I get the leg at all.
That's right.
That's
right. Like you talked about the foundational, like core, like breaking it down to the most foundational element, which in a lot of cases is like your grip fighting, your body positioning, off balancing, stuff like that.
1000%, man. And that's the key.